Good morning and welcome to this podcast. I'm Melissa Nielsen, Waldorf Essentials and Auriel's Light. And I want to welcome you today to a podcast that I am calling In the Thick of It. And I want to reach out to all of you that are also in the thick of it. You know, we started Auriel's Light back in 2022 and Waldorf Essentials many years ago. Of course, we started Seasons of 7 in 2020. When we started Auriel's Light, we started it in a space of taking what I have been doing for the last 20 or so years in ministering to parents and sort of making it an official parent ministry. And during that time, since 2022 when we started, there have been times that I have been really good at that space of calling, and times when that calling has actually nurtured me more than I've probably nurtured you. This is another one of those times. But my hope is, in coming to you today, that I can impart to you some lessons from being in the thick of it. Now, we have things that are going on here that are making me be in the thick of it right now that I actually can't talk about yet. Soon. But I want to talk about other times in my life when I've been in the thick of it. You know, I think about when I divorced my big kid's dad many moons ago and trying to get through that. And at that point, I was not as close to God in relationship with God as I probably should have been. But that was a time of true growing and a time that I was really thankful that I had my work of Steiner's to fall back on. And that work grew and grew as I also grew closer in my relationship to God and understanding that space. Then many years later, we lost a daughter, an adult daughter. She didn't die, of course. We just lost her to our family. And during that space and in that time, when I was in the thick of it then, I had developed a very strong meditation practice that really helped carry me through. And you know, there have been other times when we felt like we were in the thick of it. You know, I had a stroke almost 13 years ago. My prayer and meditation carried me through there. Back in 2023, I was hospitalized again. Prayer and meditation carried me there. Sometimes, though, being in the thick of it, the things that we normally do to pull us out of that space cannot do that. We are maybe lower than we thought we were. And now is a time as that. For the last few months, I have been very much in the thick of it. And my prayer and meditation work that I've done for years was not pulling me up. So I had to come to another space. And for me, that was a space of returning a little bit, not fully, but returning to my childhood in that I started attending Mass again every day. I'm not sure I would call myself a Catholic, definitely a follower of Christ, but Mass has helped to anchor my day every day. So I'm sharing this with you because I know that there are times that we are in the thick of it and the normal things that we do or that I might suggest to do are just not working for you anymore. And it's not that prayer and meditation alone will not work for me again. It's just that the space that I'm in right now, in the thick of this, which seems to be much thicker than any thickness I've been in before, it's just that space needs a little extra. And so maybe you're in a spot where you need a little extra. And if that's the case, I'm going to encourage you to really think about what that extra could be. I'm in a space in my life where I can get up and I can leave my children every morning and go to the church down the street and go to Mass. 10 years ago, I wouldn't have been in that space. I would have had children that were much too young. So that is granted and afforded to me right now. If it were not, I would have to think about something different. So I'm just going to encourage you, if you are in the thick of it, and the normal things that you are doing to ground yourself, meditation, prayer, maybe you're also doing Qigong or Tai Chi or Eurythmy or something to ground you, and it's just not doing it for you, consider setting that aside just a bit and diving into something a little bit deeper. And I'm not saying you have to go to Mass every day, of course not. But sit and consider what is one thing that may be out of character for you, but you know would help. You know, when I first started going to Mass every day, I was like, I don't know if I'm coming tomorrow, but today I'm here. And then after several days, I thought, okay, well, I'm looking forward to coming tomorrow because it's helping anchor my day. So I'm just encouraging you to come up with that anchor. Maybe for you, it is just getting up before your kids and standing outside in the sunshine before everybody gets up. Maybe that one piece is elevating you enough in order to get through your thick of it right now. But if it's not, I'm asking that you take the time to slow down today. Put your hand over your heart and ask God, what can I do to help ground me every day? Because what I'm doing right now isn't enough. What's one thing I can do? And maybe it's a verse. Maybe it's a simple prayer. Maybe it's Steiner's 6 basic exercises. Maybe it is something different for you, of course, than it is for me. But I am encouraging you that while you're in the thick of it, don't lose hope. Come back to yourself, come back to your center, and work on that relationship with God so that you can feel truly centered, truly not so much in the thick of it, at least during that one point in the day. All right. I hope you have a wonderful day. Thank you for listening, and I promise I will be back with more information soon.